podcast. You are in here with us live. If you are subscribed to our Patreon, you get to view the unedited version of this. Everyone else will have to wait until Tuesday for the podcast to drop. This is our inaugural episode, and I am so elated and excited to be sharing this with you. Come take a ride with us as we are just here for the conversation. We are at I forgot what the name of this studio is.
You know what's funny? I literally just walked in, out and back in.
It's spelled like Hyggge, but it's pronounced weird. It's like, It's not, it's something.
I don't remember. We're just in here. And I'm happy. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So ladies and gentlemen, we got our, my co-host is with us.
Hello.
KB is in the house.
My mic sound nice.
Your mic sounds nice.
Listen.
You look good too.
Thank you, honey. I tried.
You look good. All right, so we are live here, and I'm really excited. I've wanted to do this for I don't know how long.
You know, you've been preparing for this for a while anyway.
I have been.
So the fact that you're doing this, I'm really proud of you. Matter of fact, before we even started, I was just saying how proud I am of you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Don't make me cry on a Saturday night.
Don't do that. We can't. And thank you for allowing me to join you. I really
listen. So I believe that chemistry is so important, and I could not imagine doing this with anyone else. I've contemplated doing this for a while.
Yeah, you have.
And it was
saying
like
that since we met, actually.
Yeah, and it was
I thought
just
you were crazy. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because he said, you have a really great voice, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then, and he was like, you should really think about it, going on the air. And I'm like, yeah, I always, low key, always wanted to be a DJ.
Word.
That's
funny.
And I said, but not a DJ like this, but more so music. I love music. So I said I would always do something related to that. Yeah. And then before you even said something, I had a few people tell me, you should really do something on air. Then you tell me this. And then it's actually happening. So this is really exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy because,
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Good. Okay.
So it's like you see other people doing things, and I was actually thinking about this today. You see other people doing something and you think, I just can't do that. Yeah. There's no way that I can.
Yes.
But it's like you have a skill set, you got a vision, you got a talent. So why can't you? But we're just, I don't know, me, I just saw people, and I would hear people all the time, ever since I was like young, saying, hey, you can act, you can sing, you can.
Don't laugh.
So KB, so KB's children are in the studio with us. They are absolutely precious, and I cannot wait for the world to see the pod. A proud mom over there, right?
I am proud. Those are my babies,
so I
but
can't.
They better be quiet.
I can't wait until you guys see the video podcast that we're going to do with our children. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Scared.
They're looking like, what is this man talking about?
No, I'm telling you, because if you are a close friend of mine, you already see my stories with my kids and stuff like that, so you know. And you've been on the phone.
Your kids are characters. Like low key, but it's amazing.
Olivia's an actress.
It's funny though.
She's an actress.
Like everybody can always appreciate the antics of your kids, except the parent. Like you be wanting to like backhand them or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, cause my Lauren gets on my nerves. Like,
but you adore her so much.
But I love her to death though. But that child be trying me, especially with her hair straightened like it is today. Like, look here, little girl. Like you.
Well, she is a young lady. And
she is a
most
young lady.
Young ladies, when we become of a certain age, I believe she's what? 12?
She's 11.
Okay. So when most women, young ladies become a certain age, we start to smell ourselves as, the old folks say.
That's the old folks say. That's a very interesting
But the
phrase.
thing I've learned with girls, and this is my, I'm new to the parent game. What I've learned with girls is that they're very grown early.
Yeah. Yeah,
really early.
They really do mature faster than boys.
So what's the difference between, because you have boys and a girl. So what's the difference? I only have girls.
So my son, who is 13, and my oldest son, right? So I think the biggest difference with them is they act without thinking.
That's
like they just.
Oh, you didn't catch that?
What'd you say?
Uh-huh.
What'd you say?
What?
What'd you say?
Pardon?
What'd you say? Say it again.
I'd say it again? Okay. I said that's all men.
What?
Y'all never listen. But we gonna get on that later.
But okay, and it's funny because you know how the old people say you get back in your kids what you gave your parents, right?
Ooh.
So I'm like, before my grandmother passed away, I was like, Lord Jesus, poor lady.
R.I.P.
Because if I was half of what my two sons are, I see why she put me out of her house when I was 18.
Well, I gotta hear this. Are you gonna tell this story?
Oh yeah, listen. My life is an open book.
Are you sure?
Literally, it's an open book that's going to be coming soon.
Are you sure?
The book is called my son. Oh, my son named it. What is it called? I wanted to smoke, but I was afraid to get cancer. That's going to be the name. That's going to be the name of my memoir.
Wait, what smoke? What?
Just whatever. But for me, I never. Okay, so
what smoke?
We all off topic, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Smoke what?
I've never really had a desire to do, and this is not fair, especially with marijuana being legalized. So I don't want to necessarily stereotype it because it's becoming legal now.
It's wonderful.
But I never really had the desire to do like marijuana or anything, only because of the addiction that I saw within my family. So I've always been, which is why I don't drink coffee. The only thing I'm addicted to is chicken, and I'm trying to get rid of that.
Wait, go back to the coffee. What did coffee do to you?
No, so here's the thing. So I have a very addictive personality.
Okay.
When I'm on something, I'm on it. Now, when I'm off it, I'm off it, which is in everything in life, right? So I have to really work hard in not becoming bored with things, because I can be like all in, like I want to do this. Yeah. This is what I'm going to do. And I start doing it. And then it's like, I don't want to do that no more. And then I don't. Well, working out, for example, the last time I went on a workout binge, literally, and it's so crazy because it was in a way dedicated to my grandmother. I woke up on Mother's Day, like 2016. And I said, you know what? It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I'm going to go, what's wrong? They all go.
I think I have something.
Yeah, we got to feed the baby. If y'all would have saw that little girl voice face just now, you listen. I am number one. I'm a sucker for a story.
That's a shame.
I am.
That's
like
a shame.
in all things.
That's how you get got.
I've gotten many a time.
That's how you get got. Don't get caught out here slipping.
I've gotten many a time, but no. So I remember very vividly one morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go to the track today. And I did that religiously for like a good 6-7 months. I was hitting the gym at work. And then in the same breath, one day I was like, I ain't doing that no more. And I stopped. So now it's like, I
have a question.
Sure, go right ahead.
So that's interesting because most habits take about 30 days to develop.
They do.
And the fact that you did this, you said for 6-7 months, and then just one day just stopped. Now, the discipline that takes to be that consistent and then to automatically just flip like that, like what? Is that a part of the boredom part?
I think it's a part, like, okay, so I have ADD, so we're really impulsive.
Okay.
And I'm really impulsive. Okay. Like, it's amazing that I've worked in corporate America for as long as I have, because typically people like me don't last. But I can tell you why I've lasted though. Please. My children.
Oh yeah, because you got
my children have made it to where because if it was just me, I'd quit and probably live on the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Intensity, like
I have no. But I'm too bougie for that, so I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But I'm on. Like I have started. God, this is a good first show. I have done like a little bit of everything. And one time I went to school to be a record producer. I was going to be the next Puffy.
Wait, you were gonna
South Carolina State, 2001. Boy. Yes. Yes.
I can't point.
I was going to be the next Puffy until I realized that if you want a degree in music, you actually have to go to music class.
Really?
And all I wanted to do was make records and sing all day. And they was like,
yet to hear you sing.
One day.
Okay.
These new singers are so much.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
More advanced, but I don't know.
No.
But yeah, so when I got to South Carolina State in 2001,
South Carolina State? Mm-hmm. Wait, Bulldog?
Yeah. Heartbreak, South Carolina.
Up.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, guys, hold on. This is real. I am a Bulldog.
I know you are.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
Now, what years were you there?
Well, I don't tell my age. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So it is. I went from 2007 to 11. Bulldog Country. I stayed my first year. I was in Truth Hall. Truth Hall.
Listen.
12th floor. And
it ain't the truth if you ain't living truth.
Let me tell you, it was. I'm not going to disclose that information. Anyway, but other than that, then I went to the UV, where that was considered like the new dorms, but I went to the new, like the apartments.
Mm-hmm. And University Village?
University, and I thought I was grown.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't tell me nothing.
Okay, so let's talk about this.
How far?
No, I'm not going to go too far. Okay, you got to share. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 30. How old do I look?
I would assume. Now, how old do you look? Because black don't crack. So,
amen.
So, how old you look and how old you are.
Okay, so I probably look like a teen mom.
You do.
Don't laugh that hard.
Low key, you do.
I moisturize. And shout out to Ella and Eloise. And,
them good genetics. Absolutely.
Gotcha. Anyway, no, I'm 31. I will be 32 January 26th.
You're 31?
I am quite proud of that.
You are young.
You know what? I thought that being 30 would make me old, but when I got to 30, I felt more younger than I did in my 20s.
That's amazing.
Isn't that funny how that works?
I'm 39. I turned.
You don't look 39.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that.
And I'm not just saying that.
Shout out to Magdalene Culp, rest her soul, who taught me the beauty of witch hazel.
Amen. Amen. Witch hazel and moisturizers.
Absolutely.
You guys,
yes.
Please do that. And SPF.
Yeah. Men, go get facials and get your feet done and your hands.
Amen.
Go do
please,
that.
On behalf of, yes, please.
Go do that.
Amen.
It'll help you. It'll bless your life.
It will.
Absolutely.
Certainly will.
And if you need to, men, if you need to get up, if you're in Charlotte, go see my girl, Alpha Male. Look it up. She's amazing. She only does men. She's got a nice little man cave set up.
She only does. Yeah, okay.
She only services men.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna bring on the part.
Please do.
She is hilarious.
I love that the fact that there's a business
black woman
catering to black men.
Catering to black men.
I like it.
And she is absolutely amazing.
I like it.
She ain't cheap either.
Listen.
You're gonna pay a little money when you go there.
That's fine.
But it's good.
That's perfect.
My Lauren told me that one day I had my shoes off at the house and my Lauren was like, "Daddy, your feet look terrible."
Oh God.
And I said, "You know what? You're right."
So how did you find her? Tell me.
How did I find who?
The nail lady. What's her name?
Oh, my homeboy. So my barber. One day we were talking about self-care.
Okay.
The Black Barbershop is the therapist for black men.
Amen.
This is where we find everything. So he was like, man, I need to go get a massage and a pedicure. And I was like, well, who do you use? Because I hate going to, the typical nail salon.
Typical as in?
Like the ones in the mall, like they cater to women.
Okay.
And I just feel weird going in. I've done it before, but it's not comfortable.
Why not?
It's all.
Oh, does it feel like the equivalent of a woman stepping into a barbershop?
It is the exact equivalent.
I thought so.
I know. Listen, I feel bad when women go into barbershop because y'all get stared at from the time y'all walk in. And don't let it be fine. From the time y'all walk in.
My dad would never let me go.
And then,
my brother begged me. Let me tell you, T. My brother begged me. Don't come in there. I said, why? My oblivious behind. Why?
Don't go in there.
I'm your big sister. I deserve to be in there.
Don't go in the barbershop.
No, don't come in the barbershop. Please don't do that.
No.
Now I know why.
Don't go in there.
Now I know why. But no, that's interesting that you say that. And I love the fact that there is a business that caters to that because a lot of men don't have the opportunity to prioritize their self-care.
They do not. And I found myself I was just like, man, I'm walking around here, just wanting to take care of myself, but just not really having a space where I could do it. And once I found her, and I mean, she's amazing. She listens to my stories.
Oh. She listens. I feel like that was a slight dig to women. She listens.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know.
No.
Yeah, black women don't listen.
Hold on. What?
Y'all
Pardon?
don't listen.
How not?
Y'all don't, man.
How not?
Y'all listen.
We are the ones who have your back the most. We don't let you get away with no crap.
I agree, but y'all are always on. Black women are always. I love y'all. Listen to me good, because I don't want nobody to cancel me before I get started, because cancel culture is real. I absolutely love black women, but y'all could take a day off sometime.
And please believe me, if he did not, she
would
not be sitting here.
I had to have a woman as a co-host, and that was a no-brainer. So I'm texting. Our guest is here.
Oh, yay!
So
maybe we should pause for a second.
Let's pause. So this is what we'll do. We'll take a quick pause, and then we will come back and continue, because we want to have the conversation with her.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do that. And so we will be right back, everybody. So hang on just a second. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely blessed at the Just Here for the Conversation podcast to have a young lady who I really, really admire. I met her, I think officially, we attended the same church for a while. And I've just seen her growth and transformation, and her really grow into herself. I know both as church kids that, that church world puts a lot on you. They have a lot of expectation. And I've seen her really rise above that and come into a level of artistry that is very authentic and very unique. And so her transformation has really helped me come out of my own shell. So when I say I really mean that, I mean, I've watched you and I've been like, man, and then entrepreneurship. There's so much. So we're going to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Genesis is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome her. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you coming on in.
No, anytime.
Listen, let's get right into it. I watch you. Like I said, I've watched your growth. I've watched this transformation.
It's been a transformation.
I've watched you. I've watched you like literally come out of your shell, and I can tell that you are in a place now where you are really embracing the authentic you.
Oh yeah. What
gave you the courage to do that in spite of everything that was trying to keep you in the box?
For real, I wanted to experience a happiness and a peace that I saw so many people enjoying. And the reality was they were enjoying it because they were being true to who they were. And I wasn't. I was being true to who my mama wanted me to be, my church wanted me to be, and I've done that my entire adult life. Like, whatever you guys say, I'm going to do. You guys want me to do this, I'll do this. And I've been pushing me to the back. And I just was like, yo, I'm miserable. I am miserable. Like, this is whack. So it was either my happiness or theirs. And I choose me, Doc.
Listen, I choose me. Now that's a word for somebody.
For real.
I remember, now this is a long time ago. I don't think I've ever told you, but I remember one day when we were at All Nations and you was doing a good dance in your good heels. And I remember I heard God say, and I don't think I ever told you, but I remember I heard the Lord say that every time she puts her foot down, she is killing everything in her past that is causing her not to become who she really needs to be. And I don't think I ever told you that,
no,
but I've seen it.
But that is so true.
I've seen it, and I saw you like literally as you were dancing, and I just could see all of these things coming off of you, and to see where you are now. Let's talk about you as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
What caused you to step into that entrepreneurial realm?
Honestly, it's just true to who I am. I have tried to work many jobs. And I mean, when I say many jobs, many jobs. Like, I'll go and I'll be so hype about it. And I'm like, yeah, and I got this job and it's dope and I love my job. And in 6 months, I'll be like, yeah, because while I'm working, I'm thinking about how we could do this 50 times better. Like we could run this business a whole lot differently if we did this and we implemented that. And if we did this and changed this and tweaked this a little bit, we could do this. And, I was talking to my dad and he's like, I don't understand why you just won't do what you want to do. And I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do yet, Daddy. He was like, just figure it out. But it's definitely not a 9 to 5. It's not a 9 to 5. So I quit my last job. Well, I really didn't quit. I had to resign because it was just anxiety and it was just too much. It was too much. I was working for the Department of Social Services and my boss was like, yeah, you just resign and go out here and do what you're a creative. This is what you do. And so I did. And in 2018, I started my business and I just started my business as Genesis. I didn't know what I was going to do. Had no idea. I'm like, I don't know what we going to do with this, but we going to do something with it and I'm going to employ my people and that's just what it is. And a year ago, I launched a beauty cosmetic line called Regal. And we specialize in lashes and lip care. And so, yeah, we turned 1 November the 16th. Yeah.
That's amazing. Excited. Tell the people how they can get some of these lashes.
www.regalbiogenesis.com, period.
So listen, if you are listening to the podcast tonight, you need to go to the website.
Yes.
You know your face and them eyelashes is jacked up. You've been trying to do them yourself. You've been buying those inferior products from communities that do not care about you. So come on and support our own. Yes. All right, let me ask you this. I've always wanted to ask you this. What your mama say about this transformation? I don't know you. I don't know your mom, never, but I've seen her. What does your mama have to say about the woman that you are becoming?
My mother would say that she's proud of me. That's what she would say. But I don't know if it's a free proud, like I'm just really, or if it's just my girl out here, she doing some stuff type of proud. But we've butt heads quite a bit, especially over the last 3 to 5 years, because, a lot of stuff about me, my mom always knew. But it was just kind of like, what I know about my baby, and that's just what we know. And so when I was like, well, why I got to be just me and you that know? It's who I am. It's true to who I am. So I'm just going, and it was a lot for her. It was a lot for her. It was a lot for her friends. It was a lot for the people who have watched me. My mom was pregnant with me when we joined my church. So people have literally, my mom was 8 months pregnant with me when she joined Family Worship Center. So people have literally watched me grow up. Yeah. And so now that I'm like 30 and I'm saying some things and doing some things,
because you be cussing.
Oh, I be cussing. I be cussing. I'm like Kings of Comedy, Bernie Mac.
I be like, yo.
Okay. I will cuss you from the rooter to the tutor. I will. And I'm going to pray for you after I hurt your feelings, because I know I'm going to hurt your feelings after I finish. God. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It's been a lot for people to embrace, but it's true to who I am. And even in me being true to who I am, I probably have done more ministry this way than I have ever done in the 4 walls. And that's the God honest truth.
I know that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's true, because authenticity has a way of reaching people that, and again, we know church. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if we be honest, most folk in church lie. They're not as happy as they're pretending to be.
Not.
They ain't as saved as they're pretending to be. They're not as pious as they're pretending to be. Most of it is a show. Mm-hmm. And if the church would allow people to be authentic, which is why I got my nose pierced and these tattoos, because I at this point in my life, I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If they allow people to walk in their authenticity, then they would see a greater return on the ministry work that they do. But they force people to live in these boxes. They force people to conform to these ideals. And here's what I know. who you are, you can't fake it.
Yeah.
You are going to find somewhere to be who you are. And you might as well just accept it and let people be great. Let people be authentic. One day I think the church will get there. And I don't, I've seen, listen, I know pastors, pastors are people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You are human first.
You are human first, Prophet Carey here over there hiding. It's like we just people.
Yeah.
I got so much backlash from the saints on this nose piercing.
Really?
Oh yeah. I had people that never commented on anything I ever posted on Facebook, had an entire dialogue about the piercing. So y'all don't know me like that. But when I see you talking about me, I'm going to engage you in a conversation because I want to know. Like, let's talk about it. And so I had a conversation with the young lady, and, she stated her opinion, and I stated mine. It was very respectful, but I was like, wow. I was like, I'm still anointed.
Yeah.
I still will prophesy to you
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely.
I still got it.
Absolutely.
I just happen to have a piercing in my nose. And it's funny how people's whatever.
It's no different from the group chats that they all sit in and discuss other people's business. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that, I just don't understand. You're going to pick apart my tattoos and my piercings and the fact that I cuss, but y'all sit in group chats and talk about people all day long. I mean, screenshot after screenshot after screenshot about stuff that ain't your business.
Facts. Yeah, that's very true.
Now that's a sin.
Now that's
a bona fide sin. And you got the nerve to be pissy with me because I got my nose pierced? Oh, come on, man.
Yo, it was. I mean, I knew the backlash was coming, and I'm at a point now where but you know what though? Let me tell you what happened though. People that never would respond to me started responding, reaching out for prayer because they realized, oh, he's not what I thought he was. He's not this staunch. You know what I'm saying? So it brought people that probably would have never reached out for ministry to me. And I'm like, I'm cool with that because the saints going to be the saints.
Right.
They're going to be the saints. I don't expect them. I got a church full of young people. They know they pastor crazy. They ride with me for the most part. It's like, and I've shown them love. You know what I'm saying? I've walked them through. I've shown them love. So they know like, oh, my pastor got a nose ring. Oh, all right. Well, he just doing him. They cool. Long as they good, I don't really care what the rest of them say. All right, let's talk about the pop-up shop and the networking event that you have going on. Listen, you need to support Black businesses, and you definitely need to support Black women. So tell us about this event that you've got coming up.
So we're coming up on 1 year. Like I said, Regal Biogenesis will be 1 year November 16th. So November 15th, we're hosting a pop-up shop and a networking mixer right here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Penn House. We're going to have free bowling from 3 to 7. So 3 to 4 is the mixer. Okay. We'll have a speaker. Her name is Brittany Nicole. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yes. She's the self-discovery coach.
Yeah.
She's like bomb. I promise she's bomb. So you definitely want to RSVP for the mixer. Get those Regal gems that she's dropping because she's definitely going to do that. And then from 4 to 7, just come and shop with the vendors. We're going to have a little, mimosa and a little something. And y'all just come on now, have a good time. Bowling is free. We'll have a food truck out there. So we just going to kick it.
That's going to be dope. Give us the dates again.
November 15th from 3 to 7 p.m. at Penn House, Charlotte.
November 15th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Penn House, Charlotte. Do they need to register or anything like that?
If you're attending the mixer, you do need to register just so that we can have your little notebook and pen together. But if you just want to come and shop 4 to 7, we'll be there.
All right. Now, how do we register?
Registration is on the website, www.regalbiogenesis.com. It's a big pink RSVP button. You just click that and RSVP, put your information in, and we'll shoot you all the details.
All right. So we're going to make sure that we continue to share this and push this event up until the day of it on the podcast here. Listen, you need to come on out. Let's support this. Listen, sitting at home, pandemic. Listen, bring your hips on out here.
We're going to have some masks. We're going to have little sanitation dispensaries. Y'all
come on out and let's network. Let's get there. Let Brittany bring you back to life because some of y'all dead.
Yeah.
So come on.
Yeah, because as entrepreneurs, we get burned out.
Absolutely.
We really, especially creatives, because we have so many things running through our minds.
Can I talk to you about it? And I know I got to let you go, but the creative. Let me tell you something.
It's a lot. Your mind is constantly running. You're always coming up with something new. And one thing that I will say to every creative, including you, every idea that comes to our mind is not meant for us to do. Mm-hmm. It's not meant for us to do. We are creative, so it's in our nature to create things. But you're going to run across people, and I know creatives know it to be true, because people know you are a creative. So when they come up with ideas, the first person they calling is the creative. Right. What you think about such and such and such and such. Now you got this big book of ideas. Come on, let's run it back. So God gave this to me. This might work for you. And it works for other people, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it because you burn yourself out. Do the thing that you're most passionate about and let that work for you.
I absolutely agree. And you have to, if you are selfish in your, because I know people who feel like if their name ain't on it, then it can't be done. Mm-mm. And I'm like, maybe I had the idea, but you can execute this better than I can. You know, maybe you're built for this better. I had the idea, but let me give this to you. Let's do a partnership. I'm all about partnership. So let me tell you something that's funny. People, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to be a creative, you've got to be willing to collaborate. So I've reached out to people who were willing to sell me something, right? Want me to buy. But when I start talking about collaboration, they back up. Mm-hmm. And I think that's very interesting because I'm like, if I tell you, yo, instead of me just buying your product, how about this? I'm going to buy it, but I want you to subscribe to my Patreon. Yeah. I'll push your product for it. This is what I told somebody. I will push your product for a year, no cost to you. Mm-hmm. All I want you to do is subscribe to Patreon. Patreon is $5 a month. You can't get advertising nowhere for $5 a month. No other person said, I'll think about it. I was like, so you will sell me this product, no problem. But when I talk about collaboration where there could be a mutual benefit, you back up. Collaboration is the name of the game. Key. Nobody builds anything by themselves. Because if you do, like you said, you're going to burn out.
It's key. I actually have that in one of my ebooks. Collaborations, and on Instagram, they call it share for share. But you have to collaborate with the people who are doing similar things that you're doing. That's really the only way to network and grind and make things happen because you cannot do it by yourself.
No, you can't do it by yourself.
You can't.
You can't do it by yourself.
Our people, we don't want to spend money anyway. So the best thing for you to do is link up with the homie and make some stuff shake because y'all don't want to pay the $997 for the master class and y'all don't want to pay that.
Let's talk about that. But I keep telling people
you have to invest in that stuff.
I keep telling people you better connect with me now while you can afford me.
Oh yeah.
You better early adopt into this platform while it's $5.
Period.
Because it's going up to $15, then $30, then $45. And I don't want to hear hook me. No. Because you could have got in on the ground floor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could connect with Genesis now, before she blows up, and then you ain't got to be trying, well, girl, don't you remember when we used to go to church? I don't remember that.
Depart from me.
Depart from me.
I know you not. You work of iniquity.
You work of iniquity.
I'm striving to be just like Jesus.
See, I'm trying to be just, I'm preaching tomorrow, try Jesus, not me.
Tune in. I'm going to tune in for that one.
Listen, y'all, as you can tell, Genesis is an amazing soul, a very sweet spirit. You need to give us your information one more time. Tell us where we can find you. Tell us how we can follow you. Let's get that information out one more time.
You can follow me on all social media platforms. I am a shot of gin. So we plan on words. Okay. So GEN. My name is Genesis. A shot of gin. Not like the liquor, but it's kind of like the liquor. Because I promise you will get intoxicated fooling with me.
Come on here now.
Whether it's music or just good fun, good vibes, good energy, knowledge, information, I promise you'll walk away full of of good stuff.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think I ever told you. For about a year, every time I preached, I used to listen to your single like every time before I preached. It ministered to me in a very unique way.
I appreciate
and so
that.
I appreciate your gift. I appreciate the anointing, but I appreciate the transformation.
No, let me say this. He talking about me. Let me tell y'all about Cole, okay? Again, we formally met each other. We were going to the same church. And I think out of all the people that was in the ministry, you probably impacted my life the most. You and Derek. Honest to God, you all impacted my life the most. Anytime I knew y'all was teaching Bible study or y'all was preaching, even if pastor wasn't going to be there, I was like, who preaching? Cole? Okay, I'm going to be there. Who preaching? Oh, yeah, I can come to that. Because I knew whatever you were going to give, I was going to leave full. You know what I'm saying? And that's still true. Even when I pop up on you in your services, I enjoy the services. I enjoy your delivery because it's true to what we need. We need somebody to be real and honest and transparent about what they're experiencing and make the word of God relevant. And we don't do that anymore. We don't do that, but we want people to come in and do all of this extra stuff, but you're not appealing to these people, and I know you're not supposed to whatever, but you are.
No, you absolutely. Let me say thank you. That's very humbling. I really appreciate that.
I mean it.
I really appreciate. I strive for that. And wow, that's very humbling. Very, very humbling. So listen, once again, what is it? Regal Biogenesis. www.regalbiogenesis.com.
Regal Biogenesis.
There
may be some other. It's
Regal Biogenesis. Go there, register tonight for the mixer.
Yes.
Go ahead and get the ebooks.
Yes.
Go ahead and buy the lashes. Yes. You tired of your lady looking crazy? Go ahead and
fellas, we got products for you too. Lip scrubs, lip balm,
for
lip
you too?
oil. Yes.
Okay, so I haven't been on there in a while, so I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Okay, so fellas, get right.
Yes.
Ladies, get right.
Together.
Come on, get it together. It's getting ready to be cold,
That's
and we don't
right.
want to be talking trash about you and your crusty lips.
Right.
So go ahead and let Genesis bless you. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much for having me.
You came by and came on through. I appreciate you. Our very first guest. Our very first guest, our inaugural guest, could not have gone better. So we're going to transition now. She has to go, but ladies and gentlemen, listen, again, www.regalbiogenesis.com. Go ahead and support this wonderful young lady tonight. So if you hear her in your city, if you hear anything, connect with her. This is going to be money well spent. Thank you again for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. Y'all, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back. Listen, I know you enjoyed that. Genesis came through and wrecked shop on us. And I am so appreciative of her taking time out of her busy schedule to come and be with us. Yeah, she's absolutely lovely. Absolutely. Hold on. Oh, I think that's my fault. Talk now.
Can you hear? Oh, there you go. Yeah, she was lovely. I really enjoyed her.
So again, www.regalbiogenesis.com.
Absolutely.
Make sure you patronize her. We need to support each other.
And you know what? I really appreciated that she said that, your ideas, you being a creative, you naturally have ideas constantly. And it's true because your mind is constantly running. But you have to be willing to share those things because those things that are brought to you could be used to help somebody else. That could be you, trying to manifest or prophesize to somebody else. You see what you see on the outside is just the finished product of what they want you to see. But behind closed doors, there is you're doing the work. And that shows too when you're really doing the work. That shows. So
that's true.
I think at the end of the day, as long as you're doing your part, as long as you're staying true to you, as long as you keep trying, you're good. But I also think you have a point there with the whole not being able to be consistent because I think as creatives, you're a natural rebel. So anything.
You know what? I never thought about that.
Think about it like this. Seriously, creatives are natural rebels, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing either. It's just you are simply someone who is okay with following your own process and not subscribing to what other people think that you should do. And that's bold and brave. And you have to have a lot of confidence in yourself to say, you know what, F that. I'm doing whatever I want, how I want. And you're just going to have to deal, because at the end of the day, you and I don't really care like that, because they're going to do what they're going to do. And that's how I operate. And that's probably what gets me in trouble a lot.
You just blew my...
No, I didn't.
Yes, you absolutely did.
I was about to sing, what is it, Stylistics?
I wish I had a sound effect, because I would play it up. You blowing my mind. That's my problem. I'm a rebel.
Yes.
And I'm in a world that doesn't appreciate rebels.
No.
Until the rebel is proven to be right.
Amen.
And then everybody wants to be the rebel's friend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're fun.
And
we allow you to be yourself.
I just want to drop the mic right now. Like, I really ain't got nothing else to say.
Drop.
That really that really got me. Okay.
Saying.
That was dope.
In the words of my best friend, I'm here for you.
That was dope.
I'm here for you.
If we weren't so attached to what they offer us, and I'm attached to it too.
Okay.
Right? Because we ain't making no money on the podcast yet, but you can go right now to www.patreon.com/corporate media. Help me and KB come out of corporate America.
I got kids.
Help us. You want this content to be on a more consistent basis. Yeah. Go right now, www.patreon.com/corporate media. You can subscribe for only $5 a month. Now, if you want the exclusive access, go ahead to the next tier. It's $9.11. Shout out to Cap Alpha Psi. Yes. You can't beat that. You will be able to continue to live broadcast just like you're doing tonight, because they're not going to be open for everybody much longer. Mm-hmm. So I would encourage you to become an early adopter and get in now. Okay, so
that was really good.
Thank you.
That was really good. I believe if you saw my attention, I was like, oh wow.
Well, you gave me the perfect segue.
I know, but I just watching it was like, oh.
You gave me the perfect segue, because we got to get these subscribers up.
No, we do, and we will. We will. Without
I absolutely
I have no worries about that.
I have no. This is just what we're supposed to do.
I think
this is just a part of, and you know what? I'm starting to embrace it. I used to think that I had to be pastor and that's it, and I couldn't do anything else in terms of creatively. And I used to put all of that passion into preaching. The only problem with that is my church isn't large. And so when you know that you have a big gift inside of you, when you have to, and this is no shade to people with small churches, I just want y'all to hear what I'm saying. Okay. When you know you have a gift that's supposed to go out to the world, and you're only exporting it through one avenue, it becomes very depressing.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, I'm just going to touch and agree, because you're right. When you are doing something that is not within your passion, it's going to come out. You're going to rebel against it.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can control it.
You can't. So it's gonna come out the way it come out.
It's gonna come out the way.
So like this podcast, literally, I think is saving my life, because we've been in quarantine. Mm-hmm. I have these thoughts, and I got tired of talking to it by myself. And my 11-year-old and my 13-year-old don't want to hear it. And my wife is on the road a lot. So I needed somebody to have this intellectual conversation that was going to be able to hold their own.
That's
important. Give me their own viewpoint.
I think that's something we really do need to explore, by the way. Mental health. That's super important.
So what we're going to do, because we're going to talk about mental health, I've got several colleagues that work, and I want to bring one of them on so that we can really have a nuanced and intelligent conversation about mental health. Absolutely. Now, I'm getting ready to flip it on you. Uh-oh. Now, I'm getting ready to ask her something. I did not ask her permission to ask her this first.
Well, normally I don't care anyway.
So this is going to be just raw, and if she cuss me out, then
I'm not gonna cuss.
It'll make for good content if she does.
I'm not gonna cuss. Okay. The Brooklyn Jersey girl in me will not cuss you out. Shout out to Brooklyn.
How's the
what?
How's the date?
Are you about to ask me about my date?
How's the date? How'd it go?
I knew you were gonna do that.
I told you. So as you all, so let me set it up. So as you can see, because I'm even getting comments on how beautiful you are. People are inquiring about. your status.
I'm single.
So let's talk. So let's
dollar bill.
So let's talk. We are just here for the conversation.
I have 2 kids,
let's
and
talk. And they are beautiful. These babies are beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
And so let's talk about it. So, because I got people like, hey, who you on this phone?
I mean, depending upon who you are.
So let's talk about it. So let's talk about.
Sure.
So you told me the other day that you had a date.
I'm open.
And so tell me a little bit of what is dating you like. Tell it. And to keep it, what is dating you like? What are you looking for? What you ain't looking for? Let's talk about it. Then we're just here for the conversation.
This is like a love connection now. So the date went lovely. The only thing is I'm in a space right now where I'm not. I'm in a space right now where I'm not settling.
I got you.
Anymore, because I work too hard and I'm too good of a woman. And I want the women out there, including the men, don't settle. Don't ever settle. So, and I also am a fan of, you can date multiple people too, and that's fine.
Can we pause right there?
Okay.
Because I think in our culture.
Which culture?
I want to talk about particularly African-American, particularly Christian. We have a tendency to think that there is something wrong with, matter of fact.
Are you going to go where I think you're going to go? Because we had this conversation.
Well, let's talk about it.
We even disagreed.
We did disagree. Well, so this is what I'll say.
Okay.
Because we're just here for the conversation. Right. I remember very vividly years ago, I was in a church service with a female pastor.
Okay.
And she made a statement, and she said that Christians aren't supposed to date.
Huh?
I'll say it again.
Okay, please.
She said that, and I wish I'm not, the only reason why I'm not going to call her name is because she doesn't know me personally.
Okay.
But I would call her name because I really would like to talk to her about her statement.
You never asked her? I'm surprised you didn't ask
her. I didn't ask her. I didn't at that, because this has been a long time ago. At this, I wasn't as liberated as I am now. Okay. But I really want to know what she meant by that.
Me too, because it sounds like that what my father, let me tell you what my father used to tell me. I think I was like 14 at the time. I said, hey, Dad, when can I date? And he said, when you get married. Huh? See? There you go.
So she said that Christians aren't supposed to date. And I remember as I was sitting in service, and I was like, well, then what's supposed to do then?
Right.
And I see a lot of people, getting married, and they haven't ever dated. They feel like, I think most boyfriend and girlfriend couples act more married than married people do, because it's almost like
playing house.
Yeah. And I don't get that. Like I told my son, who's 21, who is a recent divorcee.
He got married?
Yes, he did.
Oh, we got to talk about this.
Oh, we talked about it a little bit on the other podcast, but I want to talk about it on this one here.
Behind the scenes.
Now we so yes, he was. I call him 90 days divorced.
Don't do that.
He my son. I love him. I can talk about him. He looked just like me, except I'm going to be extremely honest with you. I'm gonna dive into that question, and I want to go back to something too. I feel like if I would have had a dad, the first major heartbreak that I had would not have taken me 15 years to get over it. It took me over 15 years to get over the first girl who broke my heart. And this happened when I was 14. So you do the math.
So that's a real thing. I've heard that before with men letting that first heartbreak continue.
Oh, it continued.
And the next girl and every other girl has to pay.
Yeah. And because
or if even their mother broke their heart, that's another thing people need to talk about.
That
too.
We can talk about that too.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But how did I learn manhood, fatherhood?
Yes.
You may not believe it, but I learned it from a couple of places. One, my pastor.
Is it your uncle the pastor?
Well, he's not my uncle. Yes, my uncle who is a pastor, but also my home pastor.
Okay.
And television and movies.
Give me an example of the television.
I will give you an example.
Okay.
My requirements for a woman came from the movie Boomerang.
Which one? Is it Holly or Robin?
Well, I learned because Eddie Murphy was so smooth to me, right? Mm-hmm. So I just like, man, he got money. All the women love him. You know, he dresses nice. He's got this core group of friends. You know what I'm saying? And every woman is just, so what I look for in women down to pretty feet with the.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
And to be honest, in that movie, I was more attracted to Robin Givens and Halle Berry.
I find that really interesting because you know who I was more attracted to? And it wasn't Eddie.
Who was it?
What is the guy with the parents, the bang, bang, bang? You got a quarter.
David Allen Greer is the actor.
I was more attracted to him. And Martin, I thought was he's the funny black Afrocentric guy. So I thought he was cool, but I was more attracted to him.
That's funny. Robin Givens, though, was that kind of unattainable, untamable.
She was confident. That's
she
what you
was.
liked. That's what you liked.
And it was like, yo. And Halle Berry was great.
Yeah, she was wonderful.
In that movie, I got why, I understood why it was so hard for Eddie Murphy to leave her alone.
Absolutely. I could even see why.
I got it.
I could even see why.
And I was like TV and movies kind of taught me how to be a man.
Mm-hmm. But he had a valuable lesson in that. Please, acknowledge that too. Because most of the things that you see in the media are not very good portrayals of male and female relationships. But that movie, I think, said a lot that, you eventually have to, if you want love, if you want these things, you have to treat it as such. You cannot
absolutely true.
Abuse it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
And expect, a good return on it. That's insanity. Insanity.
It's one of my favorite movies.
You know what? I just watched that the other night. So
I'm
going to tell you my favorite movies, okay? So Boomerang is definitely one of them. Coming to America, without a doubt.
Coming to America.
Do you know I randomly okay, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm
ready. I'm like, I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm like,
no. So, okay.
Just say it.
It's just really funny. I randomly sing, "She's Your Queen to Be," around the house. I also randomly sing, I can't believe I'm telling y'all this. Every time I wash my hair, I sing Soul Glow.
Just let your soul glow.
That's a real thing.
Just let it shine through. Well, I have a Coming to America quote that I say quite often.
Which one?
Whenever anybody asks me to do something or like anything, they can be like, Terrence, hand me a pencil. I always say, that'd be $8. If you remember the barbershop scene when we cut off Eddie Murphy's ponytail, I've been saying that since I was a kid. That'd be $8. That's my favorite movie.
I like them.
That is but let me tell you what my favorite. We are so off topic, but this is great.
That's okay.
I'm gonna edit this and make this look good.
That's all right.
Do you know what my favorite movie of all time is?
Please tell. Pray tell.
I'm kind of embarrassed that it's my favorite movie
embarrassed?
because I feel like it should be more Afrocentric, but it's not. But it's an amazing movie.
The Spike Lee joint or like
no?
Okay.
I feel like I should have it should be something like that, but it's not.
Okay.
My favorite movie of all time, by far, is Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner and James Earl Jones. Have you ever seen that movie? No. If you build it, they will come. No. That movie will make you listen. For every creator, I forgot which camera we're on.
Build it, they will come.
For every creative. Whenever you feel like you hit a wall, I need you to go and download Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams. James Earl Jones is in it. They have an amazing chemistry in the movie. Yes, Lion King, James Earl Jones. Okay. He is in it. The movie is about a baseball field. And I know you're like, what? But when I tell you that movie.
Can you give us a general, what is it about? It's about a man who had a field of dreams? You caught
Okay,
you caught
so
that?
yeah,
Okay.
I got so
That was funny to me.
Kevin Costner is a farmer. He lives in rural America. He has a huge field of corn. One day he is in the field and he hears a voice say to him, if you build it, he will come.
What's it? What's the built? Like what?
So I'm going to tell you. So he's standing there. This voice keeps saying it. If you build, first it say, if you build it, he will come.
Okay.
If you build it, he will come. So he thinks he's going crazy. He's like, he used to talk to his wife. He's like, we used to do drugs back in the day. Like, maybe this is like, maybe I'm tripping. Like, but he kept hearing it.
Off acid.
So that's exactly what he said. He was like, maybe I'm tripping off the acid we used to take. So
and
one
I did
day,
not see the movie to know that.
But that's exactly what he said. So one day he's in the field working, and the voice says it again, and he gets angry, like just, all right, show yourself. Who is this talking to me? And so he pauses and he looks, and he sees a vision of a baseball field.
Interesting.
And so he goes, and I want to get the whole thing away, so I'm gonna say.
No. So what time frame is this? What year? Like
this movie came out.
No, is it based in the 90s?
It's like based in the 80s, like late 80s.
Okay.
And so he's standing in his field, and then he hears the voice say, if you build it, and then the vision of the baseball field comes up. Then the voice says, he will come, and it shows the baseball player Ty Cobb. So Ty Cobb was a baseball player who got banned from the Major League Baseball. They accused him of betting on games.
Oh, sounds like Babe Ruth.
Yeah. So so the story, so basically what he decides to do is to cut down his cornfield and build a baseball field in the middle of corn harvesting season. And that's all I'm going to tell you.
So he went based on faith. So he risked it all.
He risked it all. He told his wife, he said, listen, I think this voice wants me to turn our farm into a baseball field. Okay. And he does it. And you'll have to watch the rest.
I'm gonna Wikipedia
to see. Don't Wikipedia it, because you need to watch it.
No.
KB.
No, I'm for real.
KB, watch the movie. I do that too, but don't do that to this movie.
Why?
Because
you don't have a good reason, so therefore I'm not doing it. Okay. Hold on, guys. She does not exist. Not here.
Listen, y'all.
Mom's not here.
Hold on, I gotta get this back right, y'all. Hold on.
Oh, we on break?
No, we about to go.
We about to go? Okay, because I really want to know what this is.
Don't look it up.
Why?
Because
when you
need to watch the movie.
Give me a valid reason.
Oh, KB, come on, man.
Yes, sir.
You need to watch the movie.
I can watch it later.
It's an amazing movie.
It looks like it. Oh, he has the little dad jeans. Oh, this is real.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know her.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, KB's kids have let me know that it is time to go. So we're getting ready to shut this production down. If you have enjoyed tonight's broadcast, which I know you have, because we've been telling all our business.
Actually, I got away with it. Y'all, because he did tell me he was gonna call me out, and I told him don't do that.
My ADD brain had me all over the world tonight. But listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and subscribe tonight. www.patreon.com/corporate media. Go ahead and subscribe so you can get that exclusive access. Because I got to pay KB. I got to pay for the studio time. We got to make sure that everything is right. So go ahead and subscribe tonight. Listen, we will be right back here next Saturday. To be here just here for the conversation.
That's right.
I'm Terrence L. Culp.
And I'm KB.
And we will see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Be safe, everybody.
Bye. All right, man.